Have I ever told you that I have the best booksellers just up the road from me? When they get surprise shipments, they know what I like and they keep it aside for me. No pressure, I don't have to buy, but if I like it, and they know that I will, there it is for me, waiting to be taken home. Hello BookTube. I am so pleased you are joining me in this book haul that has got to the point of the ridiculous. I think I have got 19 books here. So anyway, as I was saying, the ladies get surprise shipments in. You see, they have they've got two special sections. The one is 3 for $199.50, we'll just call it 200, and those are generally your trade paperbacks, which here go for almost 400 bucks each. So I have 3 for the price of 200. I mean, that's quite the bargain. And then your normal paperbacks, which are generally priced somewhere between 200 and 350, those are 3 for 150. So they don't order them by book, they order by quantity that is required. When they open the boxes and they see that what's inside, then they keep them for me. And they know me so well, they really do. Kerry, if you're watching this, I love you and your ladies. You are the best, and you are the best dealers I've ever met, because this is obviously my little addiction. So I'm going to start off with the top, and I'm going to begin with Terry Pratchett. So the first one I've got is The Last Continent. Now I've got quite a lot of Terry Pratchett books, but I don't have this one. I obviously want this one because I'd like to collect as much as I can of his, and generally these go for 3 times what I paid for this. In fact, maybe even more, because it's hardcover. Not perhaps the most beautiful cover going, but you know, it's one of the few Terry Pratchetts that I haven't had to get second hand, so that's nice. And then I got this collection. It is the I can't remember, I think Kerry said the birthday editions of the Tiffany Aching series. They're also hardcover, and this one is the We Free Men, which I've got in paperback, but that one will be going to Jimmy now. I'm sure somebody would love to get it from him there. This is just absolutely gorgeous. And then I've got A Hatful of Sky, and I've got I Shall Wear Midnight, also continuing Tiffany Aching. The Tiffany Aching series is his young adult series in the Discworld with the witches, and this one is the last one I've got, The Wintersmith. I know the Shepherd's, I think it's the Shepherd's Moon, the last one that he wrote, is in this series, and when it comes out, if it comes out looking like these, I will definitely get it, but I don't know if I'll be that lucky. So that's the Terry Pratchett lot. Then the first one was on the special shelves, and I got this because of you guys and your recommendations of it. So I got The Killing Moon by N.K. Jemisin, and because I trust you, I then ordered the second one, because I don't like waiting when I'm reading trilogies or duologies. I got The Shadowed Sun as well. So if I don't enjoy this, this is your fault. Just saying. Continuing on with the specials, I then got some Man Booker Prize winners or shortlists. So the first one is Satin Island by Tom McCarthy. This one was shortlisted or longlisted, I can't remember which now, in the year that Marlon James won with the Brief History of 7 Killings. So curious about this one. This was apparently, if memory serves me right, less of a novel, but more of a philosophical exploration. So curious. And although this one wasn't the most popular of Man Booker winners, I now own The Sellout by Paul Beattie, because I would like to read as many of the Man Booker winners as possible. Then, moving on, I got Birdsong by Sebastian Faulks, because I've been curious about this one. I keep bumping into it, mentioned all over the place, and when that happens, it's usually a sign that I need to read the book. You know, not that I'm superstitious or anything. One that I've been looking for ages, Ursula Le Guin's Left Hand of Darkness. I was so happy to find this, and at this price, good Lord, I've been looking for this book for over 20 years, because when I was a student, the student edition that they wanted me to get was almost 500 Rand back in those days, and that was going back 23 years. Then I got The Power by Naomi Alderman, and from what I've seen of this, this is a bit of a feminist novel. By the sounds of it, women have acquired the power. A snap of the fingers and they can kill, torture, whatever, and men are now under their control, or so I've gathered. I will let you know. I see some booktubers have given this a very good rating, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I think of this. And then I have got The Likeness by Tana French, which is the second book in her series. The first one is In the Woods, which I haven't read yet, but I love crime stories, so I'm pretty secure in the belief that I'm going to enjoy this as well. So that was pretty good. And then the last two are from the same series. It's a South African crime series, and I was thinking about doing these for the March Mystery Madness that's been going around. So the first one is Recipe for Love and Murder by Sally Andrews, and the second one is Tani Maria and the Satanic Mechanic. And I just like the way this started. I'm just going to read the first part here of the first one, which is Recipes for Love and Murder. And it says, "Isn't life funny? You know how one thing leads to another in a way you just don't expect. That Sunday morning I was in my kitchen stirring my apricot jam in the cast iron pot. It was another dry summer's day in the Klein Karoo, and I was glad for the breeze coming in the window. 'You smell lovely,' I told the apple course confit. When I call it apricot jam, it sounds like something in a tin from the spa, but when it's confit, you know it's made in a kitchen. My mother was Afrikaans and my father was English, and the languages are mixed up inside me. I taste in Afrikaans and argue in English, but if I swear, I go back to Afrikaans again." You have no idea how true that is. Afrikaans is very guttural. You can really be very expressive in it when you want to swear. So I'm looking forward to this. By the sounds of it, because at the back they've got lots of recipes as well, which is, I mean, you've got the Mechanics chocolate mousse cake and things like that. So I'm kind of curious to see how this works. And maybe if it gets me in the kitchen, well, I was going to say maybe fewer people would complain, but maybe it would add to more complaining and permanent banishment from such venues. But that's my book haul. Thank you so much for sharing it with me. Happy reading. Bye for now.